One of the biggest challenges in consuming news today is separating fact from fiction. With the rise of fake news and misinformation, it's more important than ever to be able to spot unsubstantiated claims and media bias in the news we consume. Unsubstantiated claims are statements or assertions that are made without any evidence to back them up. In the context of news reporting, unsubstantiated claims can be a sign of media bias, as they suggest that the reporter or news outlet is not committed to presenting accurate and factual information. For example, during the 2016 U.S. presidential election, there were numerous unsubstantiated claims made about the candidates. One such claim was that Hillary Clinton had been involved in a child sex trafficking ring. This claim was spread widely on social media, but there was no evidence to support it. It was eventually debunked by fact-checkers, but the damage had already been done. So how can you spot unsubstantiated claims and media bias in the news you consume? One of the most effective ways to spot unsubstantiated claims is to do your own fact-checking and research. If you come across a news story that makes a bold claim or assertion, take a few minutes to investigate the claim and see if there is any evidence to support it. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, there were many claims made about potential cures or treatments. One such claim was that drinking bleach could cure the virus. This claim was widely circulated on social media, but a quick search would reveal that it was not only unsubstantiated, but also dangerous. It's also important to look for credible sources when consuming news. Check to see if the news outlet has a track record of accuracy and impartiality, and look for sources that are well respected and have a reputation for providing accurate information. For example, during the 2020 U.S. presidential election, there were many claims made about voter fraud. Some news outlets reported these claims without verifying them, while others did their due diligence and fact-checked the claims before reporting on them. Another sign of media bias is the use of sensational language or headlines. News outlets may use exaggerated language or clickbait headlines to grab your attention and generate clicks or views, even if the story itself doesn't support the headline. Lack of context can also be a sign of media bias. If a news story presents information without providing the necessary background or context, it can be misleading and contribute to a biased understanding of the issue. For example, during the 2018 U.S. midterm elections, there were many news stories about voter suppression efforts. Some news outlets reported on these efforts without providing context about the history of voter suppression in the U.S., which could lead readers to believe that voter suppression was a new phenomenon rather than a long-standing problem. By taking steps to spot unsubstantiated claims, we can become more informed and critical consumers of the news. Biasly can help you do that through its bias checker, which provides in-depth analytics along with each bias rating it produces. Visit biasly.com to get started.